Namaste. So today I will do a flip through of my completed book uh, called Namaste. It was the one of the first books that I purchased after moving to Spain, and it has taken me quite a lot of time to finish this. Not because the mm, pages were difficult or anything like that, but because in the meanwhile I did purchase a lot of other books, and so I did keep on coming back to this book only periodically. However, it was my ambition to make sure that I finish this book um, before the first half of 2021. So I have actually managed to finish this, and I have also managed to finish another book which I had targeted. So now I really need to choose one book, um, which I will try and finish in the coming maybe 1 month or 2 months. So I will not be foolish enough to take a blank book and say I'll finish this in 1 month, because that's not possible. So I'll go through my stack and see a book where I have finished maybe quite a few pages, which would make it easier for me to complete that one. So let's go through this one. Now, in this, the problem with this page was that I forgot to note what date I had actually completed this. And I think I did this over a span of several weeks, because it was quite intricate, and I was sort of insistent on coloring each space separately. So it was going to take a long time. But I do remember somewhere in September 2020, I have actually finished this. And if I recollect correctly, this was actually not the first page that I colored in this book. So again, for this one, I really don't remember when I finished it. I mean, I can check my Instagram and see when I had posted this, but I really don't remember when I had finished coloring this. Also, this was not the one of the first pages. I actually started coloring the book, and then I thought maybe I need to color these pages also, since they were black and white and I could easily color. I actually also I had ambition at one point of time to color every page in this book, and all the back sides of the drawing or the coloring pages are like this. They have a black background with a white, very light print on it, and I tried to color it, but later on I realized that these designs are not unique. They are sort of repeated almost on all the pages. I think there are only two designs, maybe, I have noticed. Then I thought whether it is worth coloring the same pattern again and again. And also, at that point of time, I really did not have many mediums, and the cheap gel pens that I had were not really vibrant enough to show clearly on the uh, paper. So I sort of gave up on somewhere in the middle, but I did try that. This book in itself is a 2017 copyright. I think I had purchased this in 2018 or maybe 19. I think so, 2019 probably. I don't really remember correctly. Yeah, 2019. So let's go through the rest of the pages. So one of the things that had attracted me to this book was not only that it was a mandala book, but at that point of time I had just started learning Spanish, and one of the things that I thought will help me is that if there is a quote in Spanish on every page, it will help me. But I have not read any of these quotes, and it was, I mean, that part of the plan really failed. So let's see. So this one I have finished on 20th of September 2020. And I have used some gel pens which probably don't have a brand, else I would have mentioned it over here. Then this is 28th of September, and this is you completed using pencils, Artlicious pencils, and I really like how the finish has come. I mean, it's quite good considering that these are pencils and they are not very expensive also. So, I will link these pencils in the description box simply because if you need budget pencils, they are not a very famous brand, but you can see that they lay out quite well. Then this is 13th August 2020. So, I probably colored this before this one. So, because this is September 2020. And this is in October. And the mandalas in this book, you will notice as we go along, have been repeated just in different sizes. So there are pages where only this much of a mandala has been expanded, then there are pages where only this much of the mandala has been expanded. So is one mandala and then they have just mm, like removed the outer layers and created. So out of this they would have created one, two, three, four mandalas with similar designs, just they keep on removing the outer layer. I realized this very late actually because very recently when I was coloring one of the mandalas, I thought this design seems very familiar. I seem to have colored this earlier. And then I went back through the book and I realized, yes, that's how they have done it. So I did this with the Stadler Triplus fine liners. This one I did completely with the gel pens. And then I realized it was not such a good idea because this space, the yellow space for example, it took very long for me to color with gel pens because the nib is quite pointed, right? It's not, it was, like it took a long time to fill in that space. This, I really did not like this design when I colored it. So I basically used mm, colors which I would not use on most of my other coloring pages. So it doesn't look bad, but it's not really my favorite or anything like that. For this one, you'll notice that there's a lot of white space, and you'll see around this time, like around October, November 2020, I did a lot of coloring in, especially if it is in this book, and I have left a lot of white spaces. The reason for that was I was running out of gel pens around that time, and I had not yet ordered. I was still thinking if I need to invest in gel pens or, just wait for these to finish. But that prompted another problem in the meanwhile before I could decide, was that I was so sure that I will run out of gel pens if I have to color every space, and that's why I just went for what I thought were the prominent coloring spaces, and the rest of it I left white. It's not that it looks bad, but I think it would have looked even better if I would have colored it even more. So this is 29th September 2020, so obviously colored before. I think the earliest one I have found is August 2020. Again, this one also the same thing. I did not really like this design, so I used the colors which I would probably not use in any other picture. Yeah, 6th October. As I said, I was running out of gel pen, so I was very worried to fill every space, so you'll see a lot of white. Again, this is with the pencils, Artilicious pencils, and you can see how nice and vibrant they are, and they are really budget pencils, right? This one, if you have seen my April flip through, I considered this as a completed page, though there is space here, but I really gave up on this one because I did not like this page at all. I liked it fair enough till here, and after that I just didn't like it. I don't know. I don't know why, but it's just beyond words. Sorry. uh, but I just gave up on this one. Again, I colored and then I thought better not to spend all my gel pens because I might run out of it. This is again with pencils. This one, I know I'm saying this book is completed, but again, this is very similar to the one which I just discarded. This one, right? The one which I gave up. This is very similar to this one. I just don't understand the concept of this. It's neither a doodle nor a mandala. I don't know. Somehow it's just very, very unappealing to me. So I'm not going to even try with this one. So I don't care if it's there in this book or not. And this is the first time I'm actually abandoning a page. It's never happened with me before. Even if I don't like a page, I usually try and go back to it some point of time and color it, but anyways, uh this one again was, yeah, if you see, in October, so I was still not having enough gel pens and I just did with whatever I had. So you'll see a lot of white. It's not that it looks bad. As I said, it looks quite nice. It looks like a lace, uh you know what is it called, a dolly, yeah, something like that. This is with markers. This is the first time I tried markers. So it's done in April 2021. Again, this one is very similar to that concept. I don't like it. I'm not going to touch it. But I think these are the only two pages which I have like literally not going to attempt also. Like already decided I'm not going to try it. This one again with markers. Once I shifted to markers, it was easier for me to finish the pages, but there is a problem is that some of the colors have started leaving the yellow mark on the other page. So, like if you might see here, see all these yellow stains, it's because of the marker colors seeping through it. So, I have kept a paper here when I was coloring that, but that somehow doesn't seem to stop the staining. So it's not because the color has stained, seeped through. It's after the color has even dried and I have closed the book, it still leaves the stain. So this is very weird for me, and I'm still on the lookout for any marker which doesn't do that. So if you all know any marker which doesn't do that, please do let me know. This is again done with gel pens, so done sparsely. This is with pencils. Again, gel pens. This is with markers. Here I was really running so low on markers that I started using the fluorescent ones, uh, because I was really, really scared at this point of time that I will run out of gel pens. So I have not even colored quite a lot of spaces which I would normally do, like here. This I would probably not leave blank. This is done more recently. The marker ones I have done very recently. This book was most of it has been completed just with gel pens and pencils. This is again done with markers, gel pens. See, most of it is gel pens. He was trying to do similar colors, but I don't know if I was successful in doing it or not. This was too many colors for my liking, very frankly. But I think in this case I was just using gel pens which were about to run out, so I just used them to finish them off, frankly. This was my attempt at trying to use different shades of a similar color. uh, I have mixed feelings about this. I like that I managed to actually complete a whole mandala using different shades of a similar color, but I don't really like it. I would have preferred it to have some variance. I think this is one of the last ones I did in this book to finish it off. This one also, I mean, I chose very subdued colors, but it's not usually that I will go for a combination where the lavender is also so light and then the peach is also so light. So mixed feelings about this one. This one also, again, if you see, is different shades of similar color, but somehow this looks better than the one attempted with pink. And if you can see, there's some yellow staining. I don't know if you can notice it, and that's come from here, and it was not there when I actually colored this page. So it's really sad because it's spoiling the paper. Look here also. I'm not sure how I can stop that unless I start keeping a paper permanently in between these pages if I'm using this marker. But it's such a waste if I have to put paper on under every barrier. So a bit sad, because when I look back at these books and then they, like today this page is fine, but I'm sure with the way things are going, because this previous one is with a marker, it is going to leave maybe stain later on. If I look at this 2 years down the line and then it is stained, I think I'll feel a bit bad about it. So that's it. I hope you like it. And this is by Amazon distribution. So I'm guessing that is Amazon page, and this is the back cover. They have not really credited any artist in this one, so I'm guessing these are stock images. And yeah, I will link the book. The book is actually quite nice. I mean, the paper quality is also, though they say it's Amazon, for me, I felt it was better than the normal Amazon paper. If I have to compare it to the other books that I have which claim to be on Amazon paper, then this one really has better quality. And for me, it was an interesting book to color, and I'm glad I finished it. So, thanks for stopping by. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. If you like this book, please use the link in the description to buy it. Thank you and have a nice day.